Hello, I'm Ariana. If you're new here, if you're not, welcome back to my channel. If you're not already, don't forget to subscribe and like this video if you like this video. Today we're getting into this really easy, neutral, natural eyeshadow look. This is great for like an everyday wear or a transition from day to night, and it's super easy to do. So I'm going in with my NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop concealer in the shade Natural. This is my eyeshadow base. You can use like actual eyeshadow base if you want, but I have this concealer literally for this reason. And it is like really light for me, so this is what I use it for. So I highly recommend using an eyeshadow base. It's just gonna make your eyeshadow last a lot longer, and it's also going to make any colors that you use pop a little bit more, and it's also going to create a nice even base for your eyeshadow so that everything is like as pigmented as possible, and it also helps your eyeshadow blend out a little bit more and doesn't look as washed out. So I'm going ahead and blending it out on my entire lid and taking it all the way up to the brow bone just to make sure we have a nice even canvas for the eyeshadow look and laying down the rest of the shades. So I'm doing the same thing on both eyes, and also you want to make sure that when you do add in the eyeshadow that your concealer or your eyeshadow base is not creasing in the crease, to make sure that the eyeshadow is laid down nice. So we're going in with the Makeup Revolution Pink Prosecco palette. This palette is really cute. I think this is kind of like a dupe for one of the Too Faced palettes, but it works pretty well and it is very affordable. So I went in with like an orangey transition shade. When I go for like natural looks, I like to stay skin tone family, color family. So like neutrals, oranges. I like to kind of keep it warm, and that's kind of what we're going for with this look. But I'm basically taking like a deeper orange shade. If I go any lighter, you're not really going to see it. So again, kind of try to use like what works for you. So I'm just putting this in the crease area, and I'm kind of just like defining the crease and just putting this across the entire crease and also kind of dragging it out toward the outer corner. I went ahead and added a second layer because I wanted it to show up a little bit more. Because this is the usually I just put like really dark shades in my crease, so this is kind of like I wanted it to show up as much as possible, and I'm not going any darker than this in this area. And I'm also going ahead and blending out the edges toward the top so I can go in and blend in the brow bone shade and kind of make sure that it marries together really well. So I added in a bone colored shade. It's like an off-white to the brow bone, and you can skip this, but I would like rather you do it just because the texture of the eyeshadow is going to look different from your skin, especially if you do use the concealer. So you want to make sure that everything is nice and seamless and nice and blended. So I went ahead and took that same bone off-white shade, and I'm using like a fluffy dome shaped blending brush to go ahead and add that to the lid. So I did pack that on the entire lid, and this is literally the same shade. So far we're just on 2 shades, and I went ahead and set the concealer on my lid and also kind of swooped it up toward the outer corner to kind of reinforce that wing that we kind of created on the crease. So going back in with that same transition shade on a smaller brush. This is like a dense packer brush. I like to use this when I'm doing kind of like detail work or I want to work in a small space. I put this right on top of my lash line, so I'm basically kind of creating like an eye, like a half wing that starts at the middle of my eye and is kind of winged out in like a baby wing. And then I'm going in with some eyeliner. So this is a Wet n Wild pencil liner. I've had this for a really long time, so it's just like it takes a little bit to actually show up. So I'm kind of trying to keep it as close to my lash line as possible because I am going for a very natural and just like a little baby wing. This is going to give my eyes a little bit of lift and a little bit more definition around like the actual lash line and around the eyes, because we are going for pretty neutral and natural, but I still want a little bit of something there to kind of make my eyes pop, even though we are kind of trying to stay really simple. And that's basically it for the eyeshadow. I went in with the L'Oreal Telescopic Lift mascara in the shade Darkest Brown. So this is like a really dark brown mascara, and this is like one of my favorite mascaras. I feel like this like really uplifts my lashes and flares them out really nicely. And my favorite thing about like a good mascara is the sturdiness of the wand, and it just really gets into the root of my lashes really well. So obviously sometimes this is gonna happen. I kind of like I don't know, I got the mascara wand in my eye somehow and it smudged, but we're gonna get into how to fix that. So I left it in, just in case you needed to know how to get rid of some mascara from your face or from on top of your eyelid. I usually go in really hard or like really like in depth with my mascara because I do like to just wear mascara only most of the time. I have found like putting on lashes is just tedious for me for like an everyday look. So when I do go in like really heavily with the mascara, it does tend to get on my lid and again sometimes like under my eyes. So I will show you guys how I get rid of that. But this is me going in with a second coat of the telescopic lift. This is the Mascara Gate mascara and I actually really love it. So after it dries down for a little bit, you're going to want to take a clean spoolie. This is like an old eyebrow spoolie, but I made sure that it was clean by testing it out on my skin, on my hand. And then after it's dry, you're going to want to make sure that you kind of like dust it or like scrape off the dry mascara from your skin. So you don't want to use too much pressure because you don't want to kind of scrape off that underlying layer of makeup. But if it does get under my eyes, I like to go back in with my powder that I use to set my concealer under there, and it just looks like nothing ever happened. So this is what it looks like with both of the lashes done with the mascara and nothing on the lower lash line. So you can definitely keep it like this, but I did want to go ahead and add a little bit more drama, a little bit more depth, and go in on the lower lash line. But this is like super simple. So I went in with the same eyeliner, which is the dark brown Wet n Wild liner. I also did my tight line just to kind of like enclose and just make it just a little bit more defined. I really need to find like different adjectives for this eyeshadow, for these eyeshadow videos, but I then just kind of ran my finger under my lower lash line to kind of blend out that dark brown liner, just to kind of smudge it out. And that was basically it. So I didn't really put any eyeshadow on my lower lash line, and this is like super easy to do. I like to just do this just to kind of like blend it out a little bit and just make it a little bit smoky, and then it adds just like a really nice pop to your eyes. I know people have been doing this since like the 2000s or the 90s, but I for some reason forgot about it. So you can literally just add some liner to your waterline and kind of drag it into your lash line just a little bit, and then just kind of blend it out with your finger. And then I went ahead and added some mascara to the lower lash line, and this is what we ended up with. So I am really happy with this. It's super cute. I do love a little baby wing moment, and it's also just accentuating the shape of my eyes with that crease wing, and it's super cute and it makes you look nice and put together, and it was very easy to do. So yeah, let me know what you think. If you guys have any other video suggestions you'd like to see from me, please let me know down in the comments. Let me know what you think of this look and let me know what you want to see next. Also, if you haven't subscribed already, please go ahead and do so. My goal is to hit 10,000 subscribers, and we are so close. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like down below, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!